Good afternoon, T-Wolves! Mr. Quentin here with what we did today, Monday, November 9th, 2020. So, if you were in fourth period, let's say, of course you can go to any period, but we'll just say it was fourth period. You're going to jump down here to quarter two. You are going to head to week of November 9th and then jump on into Monday. And you will see that we have a schools from around the world video here for you. This is a fun video that I would encourage you to watch. It's only a little over 3 minutes long, and it shows different parts of the world and how they have school. It shows all these wonderful classrooms. And it's there's only music. There's no discussion or anything. So it's a nice, easy watch. And it gives you an idea of what the educational institutions look like around the world from a student perspective. And so I think that's a lot of fun. So we definitely did that first. And we did discuss, just as a reminder, to make sure that everybody knew that from Friday, we had the educational institutions, we had government institutions, we had religious institutions, and we had economic institutions. Those are the four basic institutions. So you will be needing to make sure that you remember that. So we've got two Frayer models here to do today, folks. And so you're going to get to choose. In the first Frayer model, you'll choose to do it over the government institution or the economic institution. For the second Frayer model, you'll do the educational institution or religious institution, folks. So you are only going to ultimately do two Frayer models, just two. And we can take a look here by jumping inside. You'll be able to see that you can go right into your assignment. And of course, clicking edit will bring you here. Oh, sorry, wrong one, folks, and still wrong one. Sorry about that. So you are going to put in the center the term you're going to be working on for your Frayer model. So let's have a little bit of fun, and we'll do the educational one. So educational institution, right? All right. So the very first thing we'll see is up here is definition in your own words. Start up here in the upper left-hand corner and we'll go clockwise. Now, folks, it does say in your own words. So this is important to not just copy and paste. And the fastest way I can suggest to you to get your definition is to simply go back to your basic institution slides from Friday. Now, you have two ways to get there. You could go into your drive and then just simply start typing about your basic institutions. And then when you bring it up, you can click on it from there and it'll open up in a new tab. If you don't want to do it that way, or if you're having trouble doing it that way, come back into Schoology. Come right over here to where it says quarter two. Jump into week of November 2nd, and then go back to Friday, where we actually have the basic institutions assignment. And then you can just get right into those institutions for that digital notebook. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at educational, and you'll see that everything is already done from our work last week. Hopefully, yours is complete already too. If not, you can at least still follow along here. And so you'll see that the educational institution refers to the practices a society uses to pass on cultural and societal norms from one generation to the next. Woo! That sounds really formal. And that's why we need to have you put this in your own words. So, how do we synthesize that down? Let's take a look. In my own words, I would probably say that the educational institution is the way we teach our norms and some values for our culture and society. That is a great way to simply put the definition of educational institution in your own words. Now remember, folks, these are Mr. Quinton's words. So you want to try and put this definition in your own words to help you understand it. So now that we have our definition, we can take a look at our facts and characteristics. And wouldn't you know, right back over here, every one of these bullet points talks about those characteristics. Awesome. So we have things like expanding knowledge. We have things like preparing adults, learning. All of those are wonderful facts and characteristics that we can get from here. Then we can come down here and think about some examples. Well, we also have those available here. Folks, there are examples, plus we have our example that we used from last week. So again, here we are at Schindewolf. That's a good example of an educational institution. Plus, we had someone suggest this. Great examples, okay? And you want to obviously come up with your own examples too. Now, when we think about opposites, what would be the opposite of trying to teach our norms and some values for our culture and society, of how to prepare people to be productive members, of expanding knowledge and preparing adults in learning? What would be the opposite of those things? Well, think about here where we say what might happen without educational institutions. Well, if we don't have that, we have people who don't participate in society. We have people who have a lower overall education level. We have lower productivity. These are just a few of the opposites that we could come up with. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is now done. So you would then submit this assignment and then move on to the next. So remember, now that we're done here, we can go back to our original assignment, which is in November 9th, and then jump to actual Monday. So we've already chosen, since we chose educational first, we would just come into the educational and submit what we've just done. Going back into Monday, we then want to make sure we go visit the one for government or education and choose that. So you can use what I've done and have your own information and then complete the educational one, because here's one that's been done already. And then you only have to do the government or economic institution on your own. And you'll do the exact same thing, so that you will put in your term, you'll define it in your own words, you'll put some facts and characteristics there, put a few examples, 2 to 3 examples, let's say, and a few opposites as well. And then you submit that second assignment as well. Both of those are due at 11:59 tonight. This is daily work. It is not for points, but this makes a great way to take all this information here and then condense it down to something very simple right here that you could use almost as flashcards. And again, yet another hard copy of notes. So if you have questions, make sure you send me that note up here in Schoology or send me an email. And I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Mr. Quinton, out.